all going to be about ELL, your ELL experience. How well prepared do you feel to teach ELLs?
Fairly well. This is my third year doing it, and each year I just kind of build upon what I have learned from the previous year. So I'm starting to kind of get into a groove of, you know, what needs to happen when what the students need to learn and how to learn it.
Cool. Did you complete a traditional program or alternative certification?
My educational background is traditional. I went to tech, majored in theaters, got a minor in secondary education, but my ESL certification, I just went to a 2-day certification class and then took the test.
Sweet. What can the school or district do to help you meet the needs of ELLs?
For ELLs, it's really got to be a all-encompassing thing for them. Every classroom needs to be on board with providing accommodations and knowing their abilities to really help push them and further them in learning the English language and doing well in their classes. And so it's not just me, the school has to, and all their teachers really have to get behind in helping them learn.
In your opinion, what are the characteristics of effective ELL programs?
One that is rigorous, one that keeps them going day in and day out, one that is strongly English based and not there are bilingual programs, but if you really want those students to learn English, it needs to be pretty heavily English based. And then just doing different things and not focusing on one area. So you want to split it up between speaking, reading, listening, and writing.
Sweet. How many languages are represented in your classroom?
Right now, just 2, but we've had 3 or 4 before.
Okay, what are the 2?
Right now it's Spanish and Mandarin Chinese.
Okay, cool. In what ways are you providing effective instruction for ELLs?
Differentiating my instruction from getting them up and speaking in front of the class to creating storyboards and using technology for them to be able to kind of express themselves or understand the language better. So differentiating, I think my instruction is really important, especially since everybody learns differently.
It's cool to see, because I've been learning stuff about how to incorporate strategies in the classroom. It's cool to hear you talk about. Yeah.
Cool.
How do you communicate with parents who do not speak English?
If we can find a translator, we will do that. We're lucky that we have several staff members here who speak Spanish, and that's kind of the primary language that we see in our classrooms. But for those who don't, we will either reach out into the community and maybe try to find a translator, or use technology to translate as best as we can, especially with written translation.
Right, gotcha. I will be in my own classroom next fall, so what recommendations do you have to help me prepare to teach ELLs?
Go in with an open mind, because the students there probably, even though you're going to have maybe students who don't know the English language, they're all in a different process of learning it. So some are going to be great, readers. Some are going to be great speakers, but they're going to be learning, how to do the other areas very well. So it's not like, oh, they're all just not speaking it well. So keep that in mind, that they're all in a different phase in learning the English language. The next thing I would say is don't be afraid to use your resources, look up multiple things for them to do and to learn. There's lots of content online, and hopefully the school district that you're working with will give you a lot of resources to help you with. And don't be afraid to push them a little bit. especially with students who come over here from maybe another country, or they just got here, there is kind of what they call like a silent period or a waiting period, which they advise you to give them some time to like just get used to everything. And so, but once that's over, it's good to kind of, get them going and get them used to, speaking English and using English in everyday life. So, and then just making sure, that they're getting what they need in their other classes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool. That's everything.
Oh, cool.
That was
Very helpful.